Ah! Damn it! Ugh. It was right there! Right there! We're just... the playoffs are right there! They were just in grasp! Ah! Damn it! Damn! Yes, I'm recording this at 1:20 a.m. Yes, I stayed up late to watch that game. I was gonna pretend I was gonna go to sleep. Who am I kidding? Why shouldn't I just record this right now? Right after the game, I'm not sleeping in a little bit. Anyways, I had a cup of coffee to enjoy the game. No consolation cat tonight because they're all sleeping and they're on the bed and I'm not gonna go disturb them. I need to vent, and this is why I make these videos. This is me talking about the Habs because I honestly don't have anyone to talk about the Habs with. I'm not friends with any Habs fans. My fiance is a Habs fan, but she doesn't watch the games much, so I get to tell her something, you know. But I need to vent. I need this catharsis. And I just need it right now, because what the hell was that game? Oh! We were this close, 2 minutes away, 2 and something minutes away from taking the playoff spot from the wildcard spot from Columbus. As we're 2 points away, we win in regulation, we have that wildcard spot. Because the tiebreaker is regulation points, we would have the regulation wins, we would have the same amount of points as they would as they do. It's late. Yeah, okay, just stay with me. Same points, and the regulation wins would break the tie for us in our favor, so we would have that wildcard spot. Obviously, there's still some season left. It's not all over, and we wouldn't have secured a playoff spot by winning in regulation today, but it sure would have been nice, and it was right there. That's the thing. Like, we started the game. We were horrible. The whole first period and the first 5-ish minutes of the second period, we were just ass, honestly. Like, the first period, we were lucky that we were just down by 1. We escaped that period just by 1. They had like 3-4 posts that period alone. Like, that could have been so much worse. Davish looked okay, a little shaky, honestly, but okay, he did make some good saves. The Kraken were not good. They had way too many opportunities to score, and they didn't on a lot of those opportunities. So, like, we got away with that one, with the first period just being down by 1. Second period, we come back. We come down into the ice. We're still playing like ass. We did not learn the lesson. We did not come out bussing or anything. We go down by another. Now we're down by 2. And I'm thinking, all right, that's it. You know, like, this is going to be a repeat of the A2 loss against the Kraken back in Montreal. Like, they're just going to dominate this game. Because, like, we haven't had any chances. I think we had 5 shots the first period. And then it was 15 minutes of us not getting any shots and then getting 10 shots. And then the second period starts and they score again. I'm just like, all right, well, that's it. This is the second half of a back-to-back. Sure, okay, whatever. So I was already thinking, okay, you know, but there's still some season left. We can still push for the playoffs. We can still play meaningful games. But it sucks, you know, seeing them lose like this. Yes, you know, I'm flaky. I see them. I see them like that, and yeah. So I was already like, okay, this is gonna be a loss. This is gonna be a horrible loss again because apparently we play like ass against the Kraken all the time. But then, power play. Evans goes back into the boards, makes a good play, gets tripped, gets us a power play. Power play. Line is back. Woo! Line is back, right? Yay! Let's go. So we have Line. We don't have Armia, which Anyways, we don't have Armia, but we do have Line. So yay, Line! Line on the power play. Woo! Then it's Hudson to Suzuki to Line, and obviously it's at the back of the net. You know, it's Line. He comes back. He makes an amazing. He has an amazing shot. He uses it. It's in the back of the net. Ta-da! And then we have a little bit of energy, right? Woo! Let's go. It's only down by 1. But I'm still thinking, you know, like, that was just a power play goal. Hopefully, you know, they can use some of this energy, but I still don't fully believe that they can do it, but we'll see. My camera is acting all weird, but whatever. We'll just go with it. Anyways, and then one of their guys, whose name I forget, runs into Dobish. He, like, knees Dobish on the head. And I, 1, thought Dobish was out of the game. 2, thought the guy was gonna get a major penalty and like maybe even be out of the game because of knee to the head of a goalie. Kinda, you know, not what you want to see. 3, I thought at least we were gonna be on the power play. And none of this happens, but what does happen is that they poke the bear, and Slav just gets really mad. And I mentioned before how Slav needs to play mad, and he gets really mad. And he has a scrum. It's not a fight per se with one guy, and like they take their helmets off and they're pushing and shoving and yada yada. Anyways, they're mad. 4-on-4, Line and Newhook make a beautiful play. They score. Newhook with a beautiful goal. Line with a beautiful pass. Amazing. It's tied. Now we're all like, let's go. There's a chance. There's a chance, right? And right after, Hudson to Caulfield. Caulfield to Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky has it. Snipes it. And I'm just losing it. It's late here, everyone's sleeping, and I try to control my screaming, but I just let out this just scream because as Slav had the puck, and it was fairly similar to what he had done in Vancouver. I was like, come on, let's go. So I had some anticipation, and he buries it, and I can't control it. I scream. I had to apologize to him. I said she's sick and she's trying to sleep actually. So I had to apologize. I was way too loud. Anyways, I'm loud. I'm excited. Let's fucking go, right? Then we have the lead. Somehow we have the lead after being complete ass for a whole period and a little bit of the second period. We're somehow up with the lead with 1 goal. I'm like, okay, this is amazing. All right. And then I start getting my hopes up. And then I'm like, okay, this is a game that now we can win. All right. The boys need to keep it tight. The boys need to, you know, like, go for it. They're motivated. They won the playoffs. My glasses are falling, so I'll just remove them. The boys want this. They have it. Let's go. You know, like, we can do this. Absolutely can do this. Okay. The third period, the second period ends. We're still up by 1, and we have a lot of momentum. The Kraken play. They play fairly well. They still get a few chances here and there. But Dobish is giving us a chance again. He's giving us the chance to stay in the game, to keep the lead. So let's go. Okay, third period, and Slav gets the second goal with the tip. That is just amazing. He doesn't believe he doesn't even celebrate because he's not sure it's not a high stake. So he's just there like, hey, you know, it might be good, but I don't really want to celebrate too much. I know Craig Button was like, oh, look at the pose of like so good, so much confidence. Like you could tell he was just there like, I don't know if it was if he will count. It does count. We're up by 2 somehow. Slav with 2 goals. Let's go. Suzuki with 2 points. Let's go. Let's go. That's what you want to see. Okay, now we're up by 2. Let's keep the lead. That's been our curse, kind of. That's kind of been our curse. We did not know how to play with the lead, and once again it comes and bites us. And like, oh, god damn it. And then we drown. And we drown hard. And then two penalties. One by Jakai, the other one by Savard. The Jakai one I didn't even see. Like they cut the feed, they didn't even show it. They show this Slav goal. Cool. And we don't have Armia. And yes, it's Suzuki out there, and I don't think it was Suzuki's fault. Neither of the power play of the Kraken power play goals. I don't think it was anybody's fault, you know, in particular. Nobody screwed up hard, I don't think. Could have they been better? Yes. But the Kraken played those well, honestly. And like the second one was they pulled the goalie, so it was the 6-on-4. and a tip by a guy in the middle, like you can't cover everybody. That's the whole thing of a 6-on-4. What are you gonna do? Don't take those penalties. I don't blame the Savard one. Like I said, I didn't see the Jack one, but the Savard one, like, unfortunate. Still, we can't take those penalties. Not letting into the game. Not when we know we're bad at keeping the lead. And then overtime, or was there even overtime? I thought they just won. You know, I thought we just handed them the lead, the win. 5 seconds, and it's the thing that annoys me the most. It's the second time that happens this season. The second time that we get scored on in overtime, like the first 5 seconds of overtime. God damn it! How am I ever gonna go to sleep tonight? Five seconds. And just like that, we're now 1 point behind. We're 1 point looking from the outside in for the playoff spot. Silver linings. The West Coast trip is over. We go home. Tough games. We have Florida on Saturday, and then it's a must win. Like, we need to win everything now. And then super important game on Tuesday against the Senators. And out of this road trip, we won. We lost in overtime to Edmonton, so we have 1 point there. We lost against Calgary, so no points. We did win against Vancouver, so we have 3 points. And we lost in overtime against the Kraken, so that's 4 points. That's 4 points of a total of 8. Honestly, that's 50%. That's still not bad. It's not bad. It's not what we need. We need every single point, and we had it right there. Right there. It was right there. I was thinking how after the Kraken scored their third goal on the power play for the Jack penalty, how it felt like we were trying to kill a penalty, like an 8-minute penalty, which was the time left on the game. That hasn't worked for us. That still hasn't worked for us, and it didn't work for us today. Yes, it was an unfortunate penalty to Savard, but I'm still not done venting. Yes, I want to talk about other points of the game. I know I've been narrating the game, and I don't really love to do that part, but I need to get this off my chest. I need to. God damn it. And I made a really nice meme today. I worked for like an hour on this meme I posted on Reddit. If you're a Habs fan and you go to Reddit, if you see that Troy meme, yes, that's me. Woo! I worked an hour on that or something because I don't know how to make memes like that. It just was something really funny that I thought of, and I worked on it, and it seemed cool, so I posted it. And it was this, if you didn't see it, it was this Troy meme where this Troy scene where Achilles is approaching the beach of Troy, and he does his speech to remember them. So I said, like, this is what Nick Suzuki is saying to the Habs. So it was like, we're right there. The playoffs are yours. Take it. You know? And it was so epic, and it was like, okay, we're right there, and then we're losing by 2, and I'm like, shit, all that hype for nothing, and then we're winning by 2, and I'm like, we're right there, let's go, let's just finish this off, 7 more minutes, or, you know, like 10 minutes when we were up by 2, and then I'm like, okay, they score, but we still have a chance, 7 minutes, we have this, and then they get scored, and I'm like, okay, alright, so now we might tie Columbus if we win in overtime, but we won't have the tiebreaker because it would be an overtime win. Okay, so I'm thinking all that going into overtime, and I don't even get to finish my thought as they score. Kudos to Kraken. Kudos to the Kraken for coming back and playing well and yada yada yada. I'm gonna try to keep it short. Actually, I am starting to feel a little better, a little like I can go, you know, just lie down and maybe fall asleep at some point. Tomorrow's gonna be rough, not just because I'm tired, but mentally exhausted as well from all the roller coaster of emotions. We drowned. Yes, I'm gonna title that. I'm gonna title this video that because, you know, it's a Kraken and the Kraken just drowns people as they pull the boats down. Whatever. Yes, it's cheesy, but we did drown. We were right there. We sunk. We sunk to the bottom. We're not at the bottom. We still have 16, 17 games to go. There's still a lot of ups and downs to go. It's just, okay, it's nice to play meaningful games in March. And as a fan, I hadn't had this. As I've said in other videos, I became a fan, like a fan that follows religiously after the 2021 run to the playoffs. Since then, we haven't played any meaningful games in March. So this is a new experience for me. I am very invested, as are all the fans, I'm sure. So I'm very invested in the whole rebuild and everything. And it's been very nice seeing some of the fruits of the rebuilds. Slafkovsky, amazing game. Amazing 2 games. He played like a beast against the Vancouver. I didn't even mention that much last video because it was already going for too long. And yeah. But Slafkovsky was great most all the time. Yeah, I did mention the penalty, you know, blah, blah, whatever. He's playing amazingly, and it's the late season Slafkovsky. They show the graph of his point per games on the months, and it's just crazy how it keeps on racing as the season goes on. Somehow he has like a 2 point per game. Oh, sorry, 1 point per game in April, and like a 0.8 something in March, and like at the start of the season he has like a 0.4. So like, this is late season Slafkovsky, and it's just amazing just to watch. He's just playing so well. So he has an amazing game, and it's the fruits of the rebuild. Hudson also played great. He gets another 2 points. What else do you want? Somehow he didn't play the last 2 minutes of the second, and I was terrified that something had happened to him. Like he had like pulled a muscle or something. I was terrified. He seemed okay during the third, maybe a little like something was bugging him, but he seemed okay. He was still doing his shimmy shakes and whatever, so like that was good. Okay, quick thoughts that I just mentioned. Line didn't play much on the third, I don't think, because they don't want to put him there when there's defensive responsibilities, and that's very understandable. Like, sorry, but if you're Line, you're an offensive weapon. If you're up by 2, you don't really need much of an offensive weapon. Not until you can prove you can play defense. What are you gonna do? Sorry. Thank you for the points, though. That was an amazing goal and an amazing assist. So that's what you want from him. Yeah. He fulfilled his role. I do think for our second power play, the one that we didn't score on, he was out there with our first power play unit, and then on the second power play unit is Suzuki on the left side. We have Newhook with Heinemann, who are switching to the bumper position. So Newhook gets the zone entry, and then if we get the zone possession, he switches to the bumper position, and he leaves Heinemann on the right, and I think Suzuki takes the left. I would like to actually replace Suzuki with Line, keep Line as a shot on the left, Heinemann as a shot on the right, and now you have 2 really good shots on each side. Obviously, they're going to cover Line 100%, right? Like after the first power play, they knew to cover Line, and they did not give him any space. So they're gonna cover Line, but that just leaves more space for Heinemann. And Heinemann has a deadly shot. Yes, he hasn't scored in a little bit, but he has a deadly shot, and he's the main threat on that second power play unit. So I don't know why we don't leave Line out there. Honestly, just he's a power play specialist. He's a massive threat on the power play and yeah, I would like to see Line out there for the whole 2 minutes. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that. Just sit him there like Finland was doing that at the Four Nations, and it was working for them to some extent. Yes, maybe they have better players overall in the power play because, you know, Four Nations, but I would like to see that at some point. Maybe once he gets more trust from Marty. Jakain had a pretty good game, honestly, the penalties aside. I think the penalty he took for roughing when Dobish got hit on the head was deserved, but we should have gotten the power play there, like I mentioned earlier. The second penalty I didn't see. But other than those, I think he actually had a good game. Yeah, like he's been fairly responsible defensively, and when he came out of the penalty box for the 4-on-4, he played his role as the forward, because we had 2 defensemen and he came out of the box and we were in the defensive zone, so he couldn't go and switch, especially second period long change, right? So he places the forward position and he played it pretty well. Honestly, I was a little scared that they were gonna capitalize on that miscue, but he stayed to his role. And then we get the puck up and he goes for the rush, but he fakes the rush. So he pushes all the Kraken players back because they think that he's just gonna rush, and then he just like stops and makes the change, the line change, and it allows everybody to change too. So it surprised me how much he has improved some little aspects of his game. Before he was just the big hit guy. Now he does lay the body. He does get a few hits in there. He is rough to play against, but he's also a lot smarter. Honestly, really good to see. And I do think he can keep on improving because he has the drive for that. I do wish to have Florian, his brother, join him at some point. It'd be really cool to see both Jack Eyes in one team. I look forward to that. What else did I want to mention? Like I said, the first line buzzing again. I think they all get a point at least this game, which is amazing to see. We did get some second line scoring. I mean, second depth scoring with Line scoring and a New Hook scoring. So you also love to see that. Our third line now was back to. Sorry, our third line, yeah. It was... Okay, sorry, I it's late. Stay with me. Our second line was the same as it was before. So, New Hook with Gallagher and Wah. And then our third line was Dvorak with Anderson and Line. So, actually, what I had said a couple of videos ago, that you maybe put Line with 2 defensive players. That's a good line to have there. They were getting their fair amount of opportunities. Honestly, they didn't capitalize on any, but they were getting a few opportunities. Line brings that offense to that line, and both Dvorak and Anderson are more responsible defensively. So I think they might have something. Obviously, I think Line benefits of playing with very talented players. I think Line would actually shine a lot if he took Caulfield's spot in the top line, but you don't want to break that line. I think a line of Line, Suzuki, Slafkovsky would actually be amazing. But then you have, where do you put Caulfield, right? I don't know. And like that first line has been playing really well. You don't break that. You don't break what's good. If it's not broken, whatever. The saying, if it's not broken, why change what's not broken? And they're playing amazingly. So yeah. Anyways, and then our fourth line with Armia out, which I do think hurts us somewhat in the power play because we get scored on twice, which hasn't happened in a while, especially on the road. With Armia out is Peseta on the fourth line, and that fourth line does miss Armia. Like, yes, with Peseta, like they're still hitting, but they somehow become a fourth line again. With Armia, Evans, and Heinemann, they don't play like a fourth line. They play like another third line or something like that. With Peseta in there instead of Armia, it somehow goes back to just a hitting line that gets a few chances here and there, and they switch quickly again. Anyways, I'm not gonna mention much more. Saturday night, Florida Panthers, tough team, tough to play against, and must-win game. Okay, I'm a little bit calmer now, and I think maybe I'll go to sleep. I'll have my... Do I still have my... Yep. Melatonin. There you go. Now maybe I can fall asleep. Alright. Well, that was a little bit cathartic. I did get to vent. I appreciate that. Sucks. I'm sorry that we didn't have a consolation cut today, but yeah, didn't want to wake them up. Go Habs, go. See you Saturday.